Disruptions by IndiGo, absolute apathy with regards to passenger and consumer interest. IndiGo has cancelled all Delhi departures till midnight. Can you believe it? Yesterday, 550 flights of IndiGo were cancelled, inconveniencing thousands and thousands of travellers. Today, also in Chennai, flights grounded till 6 p.m. And over the last 48 hours, more than 1,300 flights have been scrapped. In 48 hours, over 600 viewers. Turmoil has erased nearly 16,000 crores in market value, with the IndiGo stock sliding 6%. And they only have themselves to blame. They were supposed to conform to new directives from the government that had been relaxed not once but twice for them. But they failed to do so. And since November, viewers, they've got into rostering problems because the new guidelines mandated more rest time for pilots, which meant that India's largest airline, if it was conscious of its commitment towards serving the customer, would have taken on board more pilots, but it did not do so, keeping profits and margins in mind. It refused to do so. So it has landed in this mess when it has hit a wall. And frankly, viewers, the Civil Aviation Ministry, the government at the center, has been blithely complicit. One has to say this because it hasn't stepped in at the right times. It gave too much rein to IndiGo without accountability. Let's listen in to the woes of passengers who are the hardest hit today on the ground. Here are some ground reports of the chaos, and you can see it on your screens, viewers, from different airports.
As the crisis over IndiGo flights being cancelled persists, in today's day there are more than 600 flights across the entire country which seem to be cancelled, of which 104 are from Mumbai. These are to and fro flights from Mumbai. Right here outside the T1 airport at Mumbai, you see long queues outside the IndiGo ticketing center. This is because we see that there are several passengers, thousands of them, who've been stranded at the airport. In fact, as a part of the information that comes in, it has also been informed that the IndiGo has informed that it would curtail flights from December 8 onwards to minimize flight disruption and delays, and cancellations would continue. Of course, a statement has been issued for passengers stating that they have to they should bear with some inconvenience, particularly when it comes to when it comes to this very crisis that IndiGo is facing, because the disruption is expected to continue for the next couple of days. Amidst all of this, of course, DGCA has issued instruction that when it comes to the flight tickets for other aircrafts, tickets should not be shot up. But the passengers we spoke to here have spoken about the fact that they are experiencing and have to purchase air tickets worth rupees 1 lakh to 34,000. 34,000 is the base, going up onwards up to 1 lakh rupees in a domestic flight as well. In fact, all of this comes in as IndiGo is flying more than 2,200 flights across the entire country. And because of the changes in the roster system, changes over the schedule of the cabin crew as well as the pilots of the weekend and in all the roster system, is where several of this several staff is not available for IndiGo, and which is where this very issue is being faced by IndiGo, and this is leading to cascade effect on other airlines as well, because several other airlines are also getting cancelled on the lines, particularly on the lines because these IndiGo aircrafts are parked in the parking bay. Tell us, you were travelling by IndiGo. What was your flight number, and how long it's been delayed?
5217. It's been indefinitely delayed, and they have refunded the tickets, but no mail, no messages, nothing like that.
Okay.
So yeah.
So for how long have you been waiting here?
I've been waiting here for 2 hours, 3 hours, around 3 hours, yeah.
And where were you flying to?
Bangalore.
How do you see? How will you plan to travel now after this?
I think the train is the best idea because no flight in this country is dependable. So I think train is the way to go ahead.
Okay. And are there more people traveling with you who are facing these issues?
My friends, yeah.
No, I'm okay. Okay.
Yeah, more people, yeah.
Okay. And most of you all are facing this issue?
Yeah, many of us, like you can see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you all get any communication about the delay or anything?
Nothing like that. No mail, no messages, nothing. I think that's what pissed people off.
Okay.
You can just send a mail, that's all.
सर बताइए क्या दिक्कत आ रही है आपको?
मैडम मैंने टिकट बुक किया था तो कल मेरे जाने का था, वो टिकट कैंसिल नहीं जा रही, फ्लाइट कैंसिल हो गया। फिर मैंने वाया टिकट दिया, वाया टिकट भी मैं जब आज उसको जाने के लिए आया तो बोलता वो भी कैंसिल हो गया।
Well, big breaking news coming in. Finally, the regulator, the airline regulator is waking up. DGCA is conducting field inspections on IndiGo at major airports. Strict action is what the DGCA is having us believe is being taken. This means not only the airline's flight operations are under DGCA's tight watch, but passenger handling arrangements are also being watched by the DGCA. But watching won't do, viewers. Action needs to be taken. Special officers from the DGCA have been deployed to IndiGo's operational control centers for this continuous oversight, but it's too late. Oversight is what is not required. Efficiency and restoration of services and perhaps even compensation is the need of the hour. Hopefully the DGCA will slap some penalties on IndiGo because this is a crisis of its own making, viewers. Complete disregard for your interest, my interest, the interest of the passenger and the consumer, taken for granted. Anvit there with more details. Anvit, what can you tell us? What is this DGCA inspection really going to achieve when flights are cancelled?
See, Rahul, DGCA has taken some strict actions, and we are being told that DGCA is conducting now field inspections at major airports where IndiGo's operations
So what are these? What are these strict? If you don't mind my asking, what are these strict actions that DGCA has taken? Can you elucidate?
See, dedicated officers have been deployed in the operational centers of IndiGo, and they are continuously monitoring as to how IndiGo operates, not only flight operations but also how their passenger handling and communication systems work. They have been told to communicate the cancellations and delays much before time. Like only after this direction, the airline had also come out with a list, and now they are updating list on social media as to which airlines and which flights exactly are delayed or are cancelled. Previously, there was a lot of chaos among passengers. There was no communication from the airline. DGCA has stepped in to say also that all of IndiGo's real-time operations are now under its watch, and they have also said that this means that not only airlines flight operations but also DGCA is keeping a tight watch on the passenger handling arrangements also. Other than this, we know that yesterday there was also a detailed ministry representation.
Let me just quickly bring in Yesha on this point. Yesha Kotak live from Mumbai. What about stranded passengers? How are they being looked after by IndiGo? Are they just getting cups of coffee and being told to wait around, or is there something more substantive coming from the airline?
Rahul, when I'll show you the visuals right here from outside the Mumbai airport's T1. This is a domestic terminal of the Mumbai airport, and like you see, as of now, when we spoke to several passengers here, some of them have been stranded inside. Of course, like you've said that there's no provision that's being made really for the passengers right here. Right outside this IndiGo's counter is where you see huge queue. Several of the passengers who we spoke to said that there was absolutely no communication that was being passed on to them. Apart from that, also some passengers who were already inside, their baggage was taken, but later they were informed that the flights are cancelled. So, in fact, there's a lot of chaos right here at this very airport. And
so you're basically saying, Yesha, that there has been actually no facilitation for the passenger, and that's really the problem, isn't it, viewers? It's not just the fact that you've been taken for granted, but you've been taken for granted twice over, because you have complete control over the sector. 70% you own the skies, basically. Where will the passenger go? That's fundamentally what it is. And I want to go straight across to Naidu, who sent us this ground report from outside, I think, Kochi Airport, if I'm not mistaken, or Trivandrum. Let's go straight across to her.
We are outside the Thiruvananthapuram airport here. We can see that several passengers are here who are stuck and stranded here because the IndiGo flights have been cancelled, or there has been several delays. At least 2 flights of arrivals and 2 of departure has been cancelled. This family has to go to Raipur, but their flights have been cancelled, and they are saying that there is no alternate arrangements also so far. क्या हुआ था, कब था आपका फ्लाइट?
अभी 1 बजे का था हमारा फ्लाइट, वो कैंसिल हो गया, उसका कोई मैसेज भी नहीं आया हमको। और अभी वो बोल रहे हैं कि सर अभी जस्ट हुआ है कैंसिल, मैसेज भेजने का भी हमारे पास टाइम नहीं है। और फिर बेंगलोर वाली फ़्लाइट भी कैंसिल हो गई, कल के लिए कुछ अल्टरनेट भी नहीं बता रहे हैं।
आप यहाँ पर स्टक है क्या? आप कोई ट्रिप के लिए आया था या?
ट्रिप के लिए आए थे, हमारा आज आखिरी डेट है ट्रिप का और हमको आज रायपुर पहुँचना है, परसों से ऑफिस है हमारा।
Before 1 hour we got a cancellation mail that our flight got cancelled and we have to go to again back to Hyderabad. And when we went to the counter and asked them, they were not giving any response only. I did not face this kind of problem with other airlines, for example Air India, Air Vistara.
Actually, Sabrimala devotees who had come in from Hyderabad to have the darshan at Sabrimala temple, and then a family from Raipur who came for vacation to Kerala, they had to go back tomorrow and get back to school. The child has to get back to school and they have to go back to office, but they are stuck here with no idea as to what to do. How are they going to get back to their home? So this is the situation that we are witnessing in Thiruvananthapuram.
Must be seeing the mess of IndiGo. What would you want to say about that? Is it a case of monopoly?
No, I think it's, you can't talk about monopoly because anybody, so you can start an airline tomorrow. Anyone can start an airline if they have the money. The problem is that they have been given time. The DGCA didn't suddenly spring this upon them overnight. They gave, I believe, 2 years warning to the airlines. This is going to be the new system that will be followed. Now, when you have 2 years' time to prepare and you don't prepare, whose fault is it?
Were you planning to go to Thiruvananthapuram?
I am going to Thiruvananthapuram on Air India.
3 दिनों से लगातार ये समस्या चल रही है। 500 से ज्यादा फ्लाइट्स कैंसिल हुई हैं या बहुत देर तक डिले हुई। हवाई यात्रा क्यों करता है कोई आम नागरिक? कम समय में पहुंचना चाहता है, अगर डिले हो गया तो उसका तो मतलब ही नहीं रहा। फिर मीटिंग फिक्स होती है उसकी डेस्टिनेशन, कुछ कार्य करना होता है, वो भी सफर करता है। तो मैंने आज ये मुद्दा उठाया, सदन में ये भी कहा कि सैटरडे संडे चूंकि नहीं होती है बैठकें सदन की, इसलिए ज्यादातर सांसद क्षेत्रों में जाते हैं, विकास की बातें करते हैं, काम करते हैं। शादी का सीजन चल रहा है, लोग शादियों में जाना चाहते हैं, पर इंडिगो की जिस तरीके से फ्लाइट निरस्त हो रही है उससे उनको सीधा प्रभाव पड़ रहा है। हाँ, पर एक चीज जरूर मैं कह दूं, ये गलत नीति मोदी सरकार की है जो मोनोपोली हर जगह ला रही है।
It is a matter of serious concern. Passengers are affected. Hundreds of flights have gotten cancelled. Even yesterday, the Minister of Civil Aviation has held detailed meetings with the IndiGo leadership. We are very confident that there will be a resolution to this impasse. My request, not only as a user of airline services, but as a common citizen, is for the authorities as well as the senior leadership of IndiGo to immediately address the concerns of the passengers and make sure that the passengers are taken care of and their interests does not suffer.
Thanks a lot for staying with us. I'm Shivani Gupta. We begin with a quick check of the headlines, and of course we'll get you more on what's happening on ground and what is the opinion around the country over what has transpired with the IndiGo.